The One Punch Man manga just dropped a huge bombshell on us in the last chapter, telling us the history of the #1 S-rank hero Blast and where he's been. He's been fighting God continuously for the last 20 years, and Sitch states that he, his partner, and a group of many other collaborators were searching for a mysterious cube that could turn humans into monsters. We're very familiar with these dark cubes, but who is this ninja character with Blast? This character here will become the next major villain of interest, and I believe not only is he as close to as strong as Blast in his base form, but he's also been corrupted and taken over by God. Now we're going to get into some major webcomic spoilers here, so if you guys haven't read the webcomic and you don't want to be spoiled, then feel free to turn away. But already from what they've shown us in this last chapter, I think that the manga is going to turn out to be quite different from the webcomic. We've been introduced to the Black Cube several times throughout the series. We saw Saitama pick one up deep down in the Monster Association hideout, deep under the Earth's surface, and that's when God approached Saitama and said, "I'll grant you power if you can pass a test," but Blast interrupted, took the cube, and dipped. Now what's interesting about this founding ninja, and here comes the spoilers, is that he fought Blast something like 15 years ago, per the webcomic, and Blast hurt him so bad that he's been hiding and regenerating this entire time. Now, first things first, what this means to me, this founding ninja was on Blast's side at some point. Potentially his partner. The founding ninja literally could be Blast's partner, which would put him at a near equal level of power, which is pretty insane to even think about. And if he is a ninja that hides in the shadows, that would kind of explain why he's not an S-rank hero. There are various characters in the series like Suryu and Bomb who are the level of S-rank but are not heroes. So I think it's very plausible that this ninja could also have been in that circumstance. Now, if Blast has been fighting God continuously for 20 years, to me what that means is that he's been fighting God avatars, people who were turned into monsters by God or granted power like Homeless Emperor. And it's very possible that 5 years into their search for these dark cubes, they stumbled upon one, and perhaps the founding ninja took the deal with God, transforming into some super powerful villain. Blast had to go all out against him, and if we're going to follow the same story of the webcomic, although he was defeated by Blast, he maintained God's power and he is going to return. And this is incredibly exciting coming off the battle between Saitama and God Garo. Seeing Garo become a God avatar was just so incredibly awesome. The way that Murata drew those pictures was just completely breathtaking works of art. Battling on a moon of Jupiter, Saitama sneezing and destroying Jupiter itself. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get another God avatar, maybe not Garo level, or maybe. I mean, perhaps if the manga is rewritten from the way it is in the webcomic, hopefully it is, because big spoilers here, Saitama just one-shots the guy. But we could have another insanely epic battle in the One Punch Man manga, and Garo was just such a high benchmark to beat. Going forward into this next arc, the ninja arc in the webcomic is actually fairly short. It's a lot of hype and build up for this monster founding ninja guy. And then Saitama just eventually just ends up one-shotting him. But why this is so exciting, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, this ninja is connected to Blast. He was a partner to Blast, so we're going to learn more about Blast for one, potentially more about God. And like we just saw in the most recent chapter, they just dropped so many nuggets of very critical and important information, like Blast been fighting God for 20 years. He met him face to face 2 years ago. Blast was traveling around with these cadre collecting these dark cubes that were transforming people and stuff. This information is critical to the story and to like answering our questions and our theories. And I think why this is so important is because during this battle in this little arc in the manga, we're going to get even more answers to the questions that we've been wondering for so long. And there's more potential for Blast to meet with Saitama again. It appears that Blast, anytime that God communicates with someone, Blast knows and he shows up. If this new founding ninja God avatar comes out to fight Saitama or fight Flashy Flash and Sonic, there's definitely potential for either God to show up again or for Blast to show up again. We also still don't know if Blast remembers everything about the battle with God Garo in the future. I think more than likely both Blast and God, because they have time-space capabilities, remember the future where Saitama was fighting Garo on the moon of Jupiter. And what this means is, the next time that Blast bumps into Saitama, he very well could invite him to battle God out in space, or potentially, like, maybe if he beats the Founding Ninja, then he offers him a position on the galactic hero cadre that are out in space somewhere fighting God. I think that after the Mad Cyborg arc, we're going to be getting into the final War on God arc of One Punch Man. The I's have been dotted, the T's have been crossed for the most part. The big question really that remains in the story is God, and we want to see Saitama fight him. And with the author one starting a brand new manga called Versus, here's a visual of it by the way, he may be looking to simply wrap up this series. And I think the manga is a really good way of kind of turning the story more towards this final villain of God. And I think that this Founding Ninja is a huge stepping stone to get there. So let's talk a little bit about this Founding Ninja based on the webcomic information and go from there. The strongest in ninja history, the man who once stood at the top of assassination industry and ruled the world from behind the scenes. Instead of retiring from the front lines after creating the Ninja Village, he continued to kill all sorts of figures. The number of lives he has claimed is in the 6 figures, saying this guy's killed over 100,000 people. He is completely merciless. Even important figures whose names will be passed down in history have been eliminated by that man as part of his job. According to the rumors, his true nature is not human. And as we get to see pictures of him, no, he doesn't look human at all. A comrade once investigated the concealed past of that man. He later disappeared without a trace, but he was able to confirm that he had been alive, continuously conducting assassinations for 300 years. So while the first arc of One Punch Man led up to Boros, and then the second arc was all about the Monster Association, Orochi, and eventually God Garo, this arc is going to be about the ninjas, and there are several ninjas in the series, like Speedasonic Sound and Flashy Flash, one of my personal favorites, although I believe that they butchered him kind of in the anime. In the manga, he was just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there's this battle between Flashy Flash and these 2 demon brothers who are also ninjas, and there's a whole lot of story about the Ninja Village and the crazy things that they had to go through in order to survive. For example, they basically took a group of kids, they only let them sleep 6 hours every 3 days. It's beyond hellish training, and it takes 10 years to become a ninja, and I believe if you try to escape, you either get branded or they just kill you. And Speedasonic Sound hasn't really been around in the manga for a really long time, so he's going to come back into the series and actually team up with Flashy Flash because they're going to learn that the Founding Ninja has returned after 15 years. Speedasonic and Flashy Flash team up and they take on pretty much all of the ninjas that are left in the Ninja Village, and they go on to explain about the Founding Ninja. You can't beat him. He's the most powerful ninja in history. He created ninjutsu, and he told the ninjas to go assassinate Flashy Flash and Speedasonic Sound because they're essentially rogue ninja, and he's waiting at this old hideout for the ninjas to come back with their heads. But Speedasonic and Flashy Flash are too strong, and they're able to single-handedly take out all of the ninjas by themselves. And here we see the Founding Ninja, and as one of the ninjas explained, he has like patches of different skin like sewn onto him, and he's not even really human. And I think it's even more interesting that they said that he's not human, because to me that means that God infused him with his power. That would give us an explanation as to why Blast was fighting his partner, because he turned evil from taking God's power. But if Blast was able to beat him, that means that he's probably not that strong. Maybe at his current state, he's around the level of Blast, unless he gets rewritten here in the manga and they make him way stronger, which I think they will, because the main point of this video is there's not really any major villain or main final boss or big bad for this arc, and I think that this Founding Ninja is an excellent opportunity for Murata and One to create another big bad, at least add some more hype to the series. Because the way that it ends in the webcomic is Saitama just bumps into this guy and one-shots him, finding that he has an array of ninja tools, including 2 demonic blades or demon blades that he gives to Flashy Flash as an apology for breaking his sword, which is actually already broken. It broke in the Monster Association. So perhaps this Founding Ninja actually has the Moon Blade. If you guys remember the chapter with Atomic Samurai and the Master Swordman who gave Atomic Samurai the Sun Sword, Atomic Samurai was able to withdraw this blade and slice off Golden S's arm, which was seemingly impenetrable. There's this legend that if you have both the Moon Sword and the Sun Sword, you'll become an impossibly powerful ninja. And I think this is the opportunity for potentially Flashy Flash to get the Moon Blade, which would be incredibly awesome. Atomic Samurai has the Sun Sword, and Flashy Flash would have the Moon Sword. Now, would they fight each other for the other one? How is that going to work? I don't know, but there's a lot of really good opportunities here for the manga to write this a little bit better and stretch it out. Make the founding ninja a god avatar that's a threat to at least some of the other heroes. Like maybe he fights Flashy Flash and Speed of Sonic before Saitama comes in and one-shots him. But it's extremely exciting and I'm really hyped up for this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I can't wait for the next chapter to learn more about Blast, God, and everything, and maybe get some more information on the founding ninja as well. If you guys like One Punch Man content, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe with that notification bell on because those One Punch videos are coming.